I'm hungry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Limbo Grub Pop-Tarts Free-for-All! Your friends at Kellogg's are constantly thinking, breaking the traditional mold with all new flavor ideas. And now they're ready to hit you with not one, but two new scrumptious flavors. Mouth-watering Eggo waffle-flavored Pop-Tarts and sugary, flaky, frosted Boston cream donut-flavored Pop-Tarts. Eat them for breakfast or, for that matter, any other time of day!
Eee, remember this shirt that I'm wearing, boys and girls? Last time I wore this, it was 2011. I was on the Morning Gaggle with Bald Bean Jacobinus. That was a long 4 months of filming.
Don't you think? The whole situation is a mess, and I talk about it in greater detail in my new book. Can you put her through the institution of marriage? Yes. Will she be able to play the role of wife? No. These are things she's a wife is a responsibility. She's a sweet girl. Just because someone is quiet doesn't mean that she's callous. It's a responsibility, DJ. Yes, it's a responsibility. Failed marriages in modern society.
Yeah. In this post-#MeToo world, tell me who is the good guy and who is the bad guy. Well, what are we reviewing here today, kiddies? Looks like Pop-Tarts. I love Pop-Tarts. We're looking at Frosted Boston Cream Donut. Try to say that 5 times fast. Frosted Boston, Frosted Boston, Frosted Boston, Frosted Boston. And also we're looking at You've caught me in the midst of a kerfuffle because I haven't reviewed a Pop-Tart product in quite a while, and usually when I review these things, I try them every which way. I try them normal, straight out of the package, I try them out of the toaster, and I try them in the freezer. Never before have I had to cover 2 flavors at once. To let you guys in on what happens behind the scenes here in the Limbo Grub household, basically it takes roughly about 2 hours to film one of these episodes start to finish when you factor everything in, from fleshing out the idea, trying to figure out where the heck I'm gonna go, stock footage of like the dogs and stuff like that, and printing out my teleprompter, which I use pretty rarely.
Very rarely, sure.
When reviewing 1 box of Pop-Tarts and I have to eat it regular, toasted, and cold, that's 3 Pop-Tarts in one sitting. That's not a big deal. When reviewing 2, in the midst of 2 hours, I have to eat 6 entire Pop-Tarts. Why not just flog me? So for this special, I'm gonna have to upend the rules a little bit. For both of these products, I am going to try both of these only one way, the way that nature intended it, by toasting them. If you go back and you watch all those prior reviews, you'll note that when I toasted a Pop-Tart, the flavors come out. That's the optimal way to enjoy your Pop-Tart. Freezing it, some work, some don't, and then eating it right out of the package, they're usually unspectacular. It's only after fricasseeing a Pop-Tart within a toaster do these flavors fully emerge and can be fully enjoyed. Now, of course, if there are some renegades out there who've tried either of these products and actually prefer these unheated or cold, let me know in the comments section down below and we'll have it out. But as for this special, I think just toasting them will be more than fair. So, to all the mammals out there watching, I bring to you this Pop-Tart Free-for-All! And this special will be scored by the painfully compressed OST of TMNT Battle Nexus! I'm telling you, great soundtrack, but that game, jeez, I think cleaning mildew out of my shower is more fun. And I mean before the invention of Tilex. So without further interruption, let's cram this donut in the toaster and let's get it on!
You can't have donuts for breakfast, but you can have Kellogg's brand Frosted Boston Cream Donut Flavored Pop-Tarts. A unique fry oil flavored crust houses the sweet, fluffy custard found within your favorite sugary pastry dessert. And on top, the perfect swizzle of chocolate icing. You'll swear you're eating something fresh out the donut shop.
Frosted Boston Cream Donut Flavored Pop-Tarts. Donut. Sounds familiar. Almost sounds like this dog that I know. Hey, Donut. You ever catch any flack in obedience school for having that name? Come on, dude, lighten up a little bit. Have some fun for once. Give me something to work with here. Ugh, fine. What a buzzkill. One thing you may already know about me is that I am a voracious, donut-eating monster! But one thing you may not know about me is that I never eat a donut that doesn't have a hole. I'm very particular that way, and I don't understand why. I mean, I can eat a Twinkie fine, I can eat a Hostess cupcake fine, and they have cream within them, but a donut, like those fresh, airy pastries, when you put cream inside of that, it just tastes kind of weird to me. Like, the cream is usually all cold on the inside, and the outside is usually flaky, and it kind of like melts in your mouth, and they're just two textures that don't go along together. When I was a kid, my mom worked at a bakery, and every once in a while she would bring home all these eclairs that weren't sold. And I'm sure in her mind she's thinking, oh, kids love eclairs. I mean, what's not to love? It's just sweets, and on top of that, cream? It's just sugar overload. What kid wouldn't devour this? My siblings would devour them. All the kids that I've ever talked to love eclairs. I couldn't stand them. I just could not stand the texture of them. I mean, the taste was kind of sort of good, but the texture, it just tasted like you were eating a frosting sandwich. I mean, maybe I like it now. I haven't tried an eclair since I was a little kid, and yeah, tastes change over time, but I seriously doubt it, because I look at those donuts and Dunkin' Donuts with the cream inside, like the Boston cream, like the jelly donuts. Ugh, jelly donuts. To me, the jelly donuts are just that garnish, that you put that one jelly donut in the dozen, and then everybody else eats all the other donuts, and they just leave that one behind because it's a tradition. And I feel like with every new episode lately, I say something unpopular out into the ether that's going to inadvertently split my viewer base in half. But I feel with my doom looming over the horizon, what have I got to lose, right? I'll let you know everything about myself, all my nuts and bolts, all my dirty little secrets. I got nothing to hide anymore. I'm probably not even qualified to be reviewing food products. I've been told that I'm too picky. I'm not picky, you're picky. Cram this in the toaster, let's get this over with. We got a lot of work to do. But I gotta say that this thing smells divine. It smells like, I don't know, it smells like at the state fair when you get your Zeppelis, your fresh Zeppelis that you see boiling right in front of your face. Or maybe you go to Smoky Bones, you get those, like that weird powdery warm donut dessert with the dipping sauces. It smells almost exactly like that. I just can't wait to dig into this thing. But before I do, it's important to note the factors that are in play here. If this tastes delicious, then yeah, it's gonna score a high grade, but it's also gotta taste like what it's supposed to taste like a Boston cream donut. If it doesn't taste like a Boston cream donut, if it just tastes like a normal blasé chocolate Pop-Tart, I gotta take points off for that. You factor in that I don't like Boston cream donuts. This is gonna be some complex math to do in my head, but you know what? It wouldn't be the first time. I'm gonna take my first bite, I'm gonna let you know what I think. Damn, this is something else. It's been a really long time since I ate something delicious on the show, but I think this just might qualify. I apologize, it is kind of gross to look at somebody's half-eaten food so closely, but you'll note the cross-section of this Pop-Tart, you will see the very same filling that you will find in a Boston cream donut, and it's heavenly. It tastes especially good when heated. Now, I've never officially, on paper, did like a top 10 of my favorite Pop-Tarts, but you'll find at the tippy top of that list would be the cookies and cream flavored Pop-Tart. It's just sitting there, nothing beneath it is even close. I think maybe like the s'mores Pop-Tarts is maybe number 2, and it's very, very, it was a long drop before, between number 2 and number 1. This is kind of like tickling that area. If I could say that it's tied with the s'mores, I would, but I really don't believe in ties, so maybe it's in third place. But overall, I mean, based on these first couple of scant bites, this is a really, really good Pop-Tart that I put in the high echelon of the ranking of Pop-Tarts. If I were to give this a star rating, Bellissimo, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. My highest praise that I can give for this Pop-Tart is the balance between the crust and the filling on the inside. I feel like neither one of them, neither the crust nor the filling, give off a dominant taste. They're just kind of parallel, laying on top of each other, like in perfect harmony. Even my number 1 Pop-Tart, the cookies and cream, it's all about that filling. My number 2 Pop-Tart, the s'mores, it's all about that cream filling. But here, it's just like this harmonic balance that's inside your mouth, this unique toastiness and unique doughiness that there's nothing else like it. So now, it's time to look further ahead in the queue and... Excuse me. On with the show.
First, there are Fruit Loops. Down the list we go to Kellogg's Eggo Waffle flavored Pop-Tarts. Witness the delicious flakiness of an Eggo waffle. On the inside, the creamy taste of warm, drippy maple syrup. And to top it all off, a blanket of yellow sugary icing. It's sure to provide the same sensation as eating an Eggo waffle. And hey, no fork required!
Well, look at that. It happened again. It fucking happened again! Good God, this is past the point of ridiculous, isn't it? There's no reason I shouldn't be some hotshot executive at some company making thousands, if not millions of dollars for my ideas! Eggo waffle flavored Pop-Tarts? I had this idea like 2 years ago! Need to remind you! Get a pen and paper and write this down! We got Apple Jacks, Cocoa Krispies, Eggo Waffles. Yeah. Eggo Waffles. Huh? Your words made it happen. No. It's a lie. There's no way that's real. No! I will get it so I suck. I am the worst thing ever. What is wrong? Way to go, stupid! Things that happen to a person I ever Oh, I suck. I am the worst. What is it, DJ Clive? Yeah, I know. You're probably going back and watching this movie at some point. Maybe this is even the premiere when you're putting it up on YouTube for the first time. What is it, DJ Clive? Are you both a genius and a dope? But yet your dope side keeps you from seeing your genius side? Frustrates me to no end. You have no idea just how many things that I've invented in my lifetime in my noggin, but I just haven't had the know-how to get it up off the ground, and then 5-10 years later, some Nimrod comes around and invents the very thing that I thought of. Happens so many times, so many times! Remember Pitlins, the dog that used to be on all my older videos on the channel? It's quite a great name, Pitlins. It's almost something you can market, right? When you know, Hoops and Yo-Yo, yeah, the Hallmark card company came up with a little sidekick, a little tiny, barely even a character sidekick, and they named her Piddles. And need I remind you about the Loco Tacos? My friend and I were eating at Taco Bell, and I turn to my friend and I say, very loudly I might add, hey, you know what would be pretty good if they put one of these tacos like on a nacho chip shell? That would be delicious, right? I think it was about 6 or 7 years later, we saw the Doritos Loco Taco. They were a little slow on the pickup for that one. Back when I was alive, when I was a teenager, as a way to psych ourselves up for Christmas, me and my brother, we had this thing that we used to do. You know those insidiously ugly bendable Santa toys? We would take one and we would hide it around the house the days leading up to Christmas. And we'd play this little game where we had to try to find where the other hid the Santa Claus. And as time passed, the places that we hid him became kind of increasingly creative. One time I went to the trouble of like cutting open a shampoo bottle and stuffing the Santa in there and filling it up with water and food coloring and sealing it up. It looked like he was inside the shampoo bottle. He was making a little pose like, you'll never find me in here. It was just a stupid little thing we did. There's no way in hell that I think this would ever be marketable. Fast forward about 20 years or so, we have the vastly inferior Elf on a Shelf. I can't even imagine how many billions of dollars that this idea generated. Back when I used to watch WWF wrestling, there was this one episode where Stone Cold Steve Austin put a chair around Brian Pillman's neck. He got up on the top rope and he jumped on the chair, essentially using it like a guillotine. Nowadays, they refer to this move as Pillmanizing your opponent. Quite the coincidence, because I used to write a wrestling newsletter, and that's exactly what I referred to it as. The day of, and I have written proof of it. Okay, so this one probably didn't make any money, but I still want the credit! Back in the early 80s, I used to draw this gang named the Skateboard Gang, and they were really rough and tumble individuals. Each one of them rode a skateboard. The toys came out 3 years later. Fruit Loop flavored Pop-Tarts. Cucumber soda! You know what, Eggo waffle flavored Pop-Tarts? I am not going to afford you the same luxury that I did to the frosted Boston cream flavored donuts. I'm gonna put you in the microwave! Microwave!
It's time to learn microwave safety with DJ Grub. Step 1. Remove pastry from pouch. Place on a microwave-safe plate or tray. Step 2. Microwave at lowest heat setting for approximately 1 second.
1 second?
1 second! Warning! Pastry will be extremely hot! Allow 5 to 10 minutes to cool before handling.
I'm just gonna put it in the toaster. You know, fun fact, those are actually almost word for word the same instructions that were on boxes of Pop-Tarts back in the mid-90s. My guess is that some old crone probably burned her mouth on a Pop-Tart and sued the company and got billions of dollars. Smells good. Why wouldn't it smell good? It's my freaking idea! It smells almost exactly like an Eggo waffle, and I can tell just by holding this thing that there are different kinds of Pop-Tarts. Some are a little bit firmer than others. This is like the chewier kind of Pop-Tarts that I typically love. The confetti cupcake ones were very similar to this. But alright, I'll take a bite of it. I'll let you know. It's kind of hard to be impartial, but what can I say? I gotta try to be professional. If you've ever eaten an Eggo waffle with syrup, then you already know what this tastes like. Along with the flakiness that comes with a Pop-Tart. There's your taste right there. Easy peasy. What more can I say? The balance is perfect. It tastes neither too strong nor too light. It's just right there in the middle, the way an Eggo waffle should taste. And it's the convenience of being able to eat an Eggo waffle smeared with maple syrup in the palm of your hand and not getting all messy. A great idea. I am going to objectively and fairly put together right here on the spot my top 10 favorite Pop-Tart flavors, and hopefully, Eggo will not appear on the list. Number 10, brown sugar. Number 9, strawberry milkshake. Number 8, cinnamon roll. Number 7, confetti cupcake. Pretty good so far. Number 6, the chocolate swirl cupcakes. Those are really good. Number 5. Shit. It's there. And it's high on the list. 5 is Eggo waffles. Fucking Eggo waffles. 4, Boston cream donut. 3, Fruit Loops. 2, s'mores. And number 1, cookies and cream. Really didn't want to have to give that any credit. So if I were to give this amazing idea a star rating, I mean, it's gonna be hobnobbing around that 3.5 star range, but what can I say? This freaking proves it, right? Bad luck, hexes, jinxes, and bad juju, they're a reality! There's no reason I shouldn't be a success except for just pure bad luck! I spent my whole life in the real world broke and destitute, watching other people shoot ahead! On YouTube, I have yet to make a dime, and yet other people are making thousands of dollars! Even my attempts to get out of limbo and back into the real world, for anyone else, the setup was right there, Deus Ex Machina, constructed to work perfectly! And I not only screwed it up once, with the thing in my garage, but twice, with Mocha! Holy hell, you're right! My God, I'm never getting out of here! I'm trapped here to face an impending doom, and I'm destined to die a failure! You guys have been so cruel to me lately. Don't you know that I'm going through some shit? Aren't you supposed to be my faithful companions? I don't know. I ought to stop feeding you, Screw you! I don't even want to review this item anymore!